Hello beautiful souls, my name is Sulinara. I am a channel of light and love. I'm here to support the healing and awakening of whoever is called with frequency and sound. So today I'm sharing a personal share, my personal understanding, but I've also connected to my guides, so my guides are likely to come through and give clarity. And I'm really called to share what is healing, because I know when I first started this journey, I thought of healing and it was a very religious thing, and it was just something that was very unknown, and I think it can become a little bit unclear as to what healing is, and it can feel a little bit out there for people. What I've learned over the years is what healing is actually the release of what doesn't serve you. So it could be an illness, it could be a way of thinking, it could be emotions, conditioning, energies, anything that's not your true self, your resonance, your healed self. So anything that's on top of your infinite nature, your beautiful, healthy physicality, requires healing to be shifted. So there's many different ways of healing. I fairly recently have discovered a few new different ways of healing, which I've also learned is actually the real basic way of healing as well. So I want to go through different ways of healing, basically bringing you back to your light, your health, your clarity. So what is actually happening now at the moment as well, and for the next few years, is that energies are bubbling up inside us and coming up to be released. So healing is a release of energy. It's I wouldn't even say a disconnection. It's just a letting go. It's a shifting of a certain state. It's a shifting of a certain vibration, because healing works on all levels of our being. So physical, mental, emotional, energetic, on our light body, a frequential, like our frequency, our consciousness, our emotional state. So healing happens on many different realms, or many different layers. So what's coming through first to talk about is actually, because it's happening so much at the moment and it's confusing a lot of people, is that you may feel that you're ticking along quite nicely and then an old memory comes up, or an old emotion, or a vision of something that's happened, and it can confuse you a bit. It's like, why is that coming up? Like, I've not had anything in my life that would trigger that at all. And what's happening there is the vibration on earth is changing in a certain way. The frequency is elevating, and so many other things, but we'll talk about that another time. So what that's doing, it's shaking up the lesser energies, or the energies that are holding us, or the energies that aren't our true state. So what that does, it brings up, it can initially be visions, feelings, memories, illnesses, and they can come up through this energetic release that the earth, and when you're at a right stage and it feels like everything's going well, and the universe goes, oh, they're ready to heal, and all these things come up again. I feel like I'm going all over the place, but I hope you're keeping in flow. So if you've been having a lot of old memories or energies coming up, the thing to do, and it seems quite counterintuitive, but what's happening is they're coming up energetically, frequentially, to be released, to be let free, to be set free. So one of the best things to do is to actually sit with that vision, sit with that feeling, sit with that thought, that whatever's coming up, and completely allow it to be. Completely feel it, completely sense it. Hold on, dustbin men. Yeah, so completely allow it to be. And sometimes it can bring a state of tears and an energetic release in that way. That's not a problem. That's really good that it's really coming up. And you might find that you start to shake or shiver or need to move. Do what feels right to you, and the more bonkers the better. And it's always safe, and it's always it's not always gentle, but it's always of benefit, however this energy wants to come up and be released. It can be as little as something coming up and you're like, oh, okay, feeling it, experiencing it, and the experiencing it and the complete accepting of it allows it to be released. So it's in a way quite a passive experience. So it's that you sit, you allow it to be, you open up to the energies, and you can sometimes feel it shifting through the body in some way. And you might have a judder, you might have a shiver, you might sneeze or cough. That's the energy coming up, because we are multidimensional, and these releases happen in so many ways, and it can happen in a burp as well, and other things. So that, I've got hair on my nose. That's the way of releasing that I've only just connected with. I think I was doing it a bit, but I was managing it in different ways before, where this is like the foundational way of healing, self-healing, and it's the release of the energies that don't serve you, allowing them to flow through your being and release out into the ether, because they're coming up to be released. Like, it's all happening naturally. The thing not to do is to think that there's anything wrong. The thing not to do is to push it down, because it'll just come back up again. And then it'll, if you do this like bouncing and pushing it, it'll come up in a like more of an eruption. So if you're gentle, you're kind, you're loving. And what I would say as well, when these things are coming up, quite often you can connect to your inner child that experienced these things. And once the release has happened, or whilst the release has happened, you give them a hug, send them love. Like, they've done really well holding on to that for so long. And you can be with them and give them love. And what that does, not only is that clear released, it's healing that timeline, and your inner child and your inner sense of self feels loved and feels supported, and that timeline just brings the light back on. There can be awareness that comes through, like you may think, oh, this happened because of this, and I've learnt this. So there might be some sort of awareness and bringing pieces together for you. Say hello to Rocky. All right, Rocky, are you looking at the dustbin, man? Okay. Another way is movement. So sometimes the thing to do really is to do whatever feels right for you in the moment. Like all of my work is about awakening your innate wisdom and your uniqueness. Like, there'll be a way maybe that you release that nobody else releases, you know, like might be just like shaking your hair or something. And it's that we need to be curious as to how these releases are for us. So I'm sharing what's already known, but there is new ways of releasing coming through as we evolve. Another way to release is with movements, because these energies can be held in the body, especially around the joints and things. So shaking things off, doing Qigong. I can add a link to one of my best friends, Dermot Corky, who does Qigong every Sunday, and you get to keep the recording. Qigong is a tremendous way of not only releasing energies, but cultivating the goodness and nurturing the body, and releasing lots of like emotions. He also taught me a thing called Makaho, which is amazing and stretches all your meridians. I do it most days. It's divine. And yes, and moving the body is a really good way as well. Being in complete stillness. There are obviously modalities, things like tapping, EFT, which I learned back in the day, and hypnotherapy, and I did the spiral in Body Dai Ching, where you bring alchemy into the body. But what I would say, like, there is all of these things, and there is the offerings that I bring as well, but you hold the key really to your own healing. Like, if you have an imagination, I'm not saying like if you have an imagination, but if you imagine something, and you're going through something, and you imagine, oh, I really need to go and connect with like frog energy, I need to be in water, do that, because that's the energy, that's maybe the environment that your body needs, your frequency needs to release that energy. And it might be eating certain foods, it might be being around certain people, or being away from certain people. And it's really just tuning into whatever feels right to you. So healing is a release of energy, and I want to say energy because that covers all bases, all like levels of your being, to bring you back to your oneness, your stillness, your peace, your presence. I'm now going to connect to the guides, or I am already connected, and just see if there's any other wisdom that they want to share from their realm of light and love. They are here to support us and aid us through our evolution that we're going through at the moment. Yeah, so they're really confirming that healing is a return to your stillness, oneness, connection to others, to source, connection to your body. Like, so many people are disconnected from their body and their energies, and the beautiful tuning fork that it is, that it can pick up on what does serve you, what doesn't serve you, and your body also receives messages from your guides, like nudges, like magnetic pulls towards certain things, and the opposite in regards to the things that don't serve you. So yeah, so they're confirming as well that Earth is going through a significant shift of energy, the holding energy, the controlling energy, the energies which have disconnected us from our divine essence, our divine source. That's being released. That's being cleared by the guides, by source energy, by our galactic brothers and sisters. And yeah, they're recognizing that there are so many people out there that are going through healing that don't have any clue what's going on. And it can feel quite difficult if you don't understand what it is, because it is all of the gunk coming up to the surface, and it doesn't feel great. But it's not about connecting with it or trying to understand it quite often, or get it with the mind. It's coming up to be felt and released. It's as easy as that, to be felt and released. And they're really guiding for you to connect with your source, your essence, which is deep in your heart. This is your light. This is your soul connection. This is where you emanate from your infinite nature. And to trust the nudges that you have, to trust the innate wisdom that you already hold. For some of you, releasing will feel quite delicious, actually, quite nice and quite exciting. For others, it would be really quite painful for the energies to move through you. But once they've moved through you and you feel that pain and you release it, it won't return, that particular energy, because you are releasing it fully. So they want you to really trust your infinite nature. Trust that your body, your energy, your soul, your guides are always helping you, are always supporting you. And to trust in the inspiration that comes through. For some of you, it may be putting your face to the sky, grounding on stones, grounding with trees, connecting with water deeply. And it gets to change as well. We release in many, many different ways. So be curious, try things out. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong way to release. Just give it a go and explore. Then I want to share a sacred song. So it's a channel song. So the guides channel through me, and the sounds and the frequencies come through me. And this sacred song is one to support you to release the energies that no longer serve you, release to heal. And the releasing of these energies automatically brings in your light, brings in your inspiration, brings in your divine connection. It's making space for that. It's like the cover is shifting. So as the cover shifts, the light gets to come through and connect with you. Okay. So I'm going to channel now from these divine guides of light and love who are supporting the evolution of humanity into oneness, into freedom, into abundance and flow for all. Inayo, inayo, narayana, inayo, inayo. It's a sacred song, giving your body, your energy permission to release. Inayo, inayo, oh no, aya. Inayo, inayo, resting in the vibration, feeling the release, the return of self-healing. Taking a lovely deep breath and long, slow breath out. A few of those. Beautiful. So listen to that as many times as you need to. And go explore. Enjoy self-healing. And the self-healing also gives you nudges towards people, places, movements, ways that support you uniquely as an individual. Because you hold your innate wisdom, you hold exactly what you need to know. And it's all coming, slowly but surely, trusting your infinite nature. I will be sharing more as and when it feels right to do so. I also hold group sessions face-to-face in Sussex, Glastonbury and online. These are full transmissions. You can find out more in the event tree link. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. The link below. And one-to-ones. And yeah, follow for more, subscribe for more, and I look forward to supporting you with this divine channel of light and love, which I'm here to transmit. Much love. Enjoy.